would stand for the opening prayer and pledge.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and our hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this Hancock County Commission to order. Please turn off all electronic devices, including myself. January 22nd, 2015, at exactly 2:30. Item 1, citizens' presentations. Would anyone like to present something to the commission today? If so, would you step up to the mic? I think you're it. State your name and business, and the floor is yours.
I am Linda McNeil, Mayor of New Cumberland, and I am glad for the opportunity to bring a concern to you and ask for your support in finding a best resolution to this problem, which is how West Virginia Route 2 travels through New Cumberland. Due to the shale development industry south of us and the refinery businesses north of us, we're seeing increased truck traffic of 80,000-pound tankers with extended cabs trying to negotiate Route 2 as it narrows onto Station Hill and along Ridge Avenue. In May of 2014, West Virginia DOH presented a public information workshop that outlined 5 alternatives as solutions to this problem. Recently, I was advised that alternative number 4 was selected as the preferred alternate based on, and I quote, based on economics as well as it being the most practical alternative to moving conflicts away from pedestrian traffic. We live with this problem, and we know that number 4 does not address most of the safety concerns we have. We are aware that it does not eliminate the damage that would occur to New Cumberland and the entire business community throughout the northern panhandle in the event a tanker rolls over Ridge Avenue onto the Columbia Gas pumping station below the eroding hillside. Alternative plan number 5 would take the traffic straight through town, eliminate the turns and the dangers of an explosion. We firmly believe that it is time to pay attention to those needs because it affects the whole county. The businesses involved in the shale industry do not want a disaster to happen, and we certainly object to any plan that puts our residents in danger and damages our economic viability. I have today asked the director of our Hancock County of Emergency Services to conduct a damage control study in the event of a disaster. Thank you, John Paul. City Council has voted to send me to Charleston as a member of the West Virginia Municipal League. Newly elected Senator Ferns has agreed to arrange a meeting between myself, West Virginia DOH, Secretary Maddox, is West Virginia DOH Secretary Maddox, and District 1 legislators. I ask you, commissioners, to join us in this effort to protect our residents' personal and economic future. Thank you.
Mayor, your official, the city's official position was option 5, correct?
That's correct.
And come back with option 4.
Pardon me?
And it come back with option 4.
That's correct. Yes.
I think that's always been the city's position, was option 5. I remember actually writing a letter myself back in 2006 when it started that was the option that we choose. So, yeah. Somewhat disheartening. And we got this map last week. And I just want to share. This sort of segues right into this. This is a great map of the Utica and Marcellus Shale in the tri-state area. And the map is full of little dots. And there's a key to what kind of well was there, proposed well, existing well, wet well, dry well, whatever. And if you look real close, it's really not hard. When you find Hancock County, there's only 2 dots. Every other county is just loaded. Brooke County is loaded. You can't even tell Brooke County's there because of the number of dots. And then you move down into Ohio and Marshall. And then Little Washington, is the whole county's covered with dots. So I'm editorializing here. I think maybe what's the reason for the 2 dots in Hancock? And I think one of the reasons is our infrastructure. I don't think that these big, so many pound long trucks can make the 2 90-degree turns in New Country. Plus, even out in our outlying areas, I think some of our bridges, our infrastructure out there is a little bit small for these monster trucks to get across. So I think the infrastructure is one of the reasons why we only have 2 dots. So
I think to add on to that, thank you for the views of both of those. Alternative 4 just looks like a detour, a paved detour, to miss the turn. And I don't think we can grow off of it. But I think with 5, it gives a chance for economic development along the river, and I do realize that's also in the flood zone, but I think there's areas that are a little bit above that, where at least there could be some economic growth down in the valley that would more than just promote the gas. So I support your efforts. And
I'm glad you mentioned the flood zone because that has been put forward as a deterrent. But there are areas north of us and south of us that flood before we do.
Right.
And it's always gone in 2 days, and traffic's rerouted for 2 days, and then it resumes again. So
right.
Thank you.
Mayor, you mentioned that you're meeting with Secretary Maddox on the February 2nd
That's right.
at 1 o'clock. I'll be happy to join you. I'll be in Charleston that day. I'll be happy to join you at that meeting. The report that you got back from the engineering division mentioned that Alternative 4 was based upon economics, as well as being the most practical alternative to moving conflicts away from the pedestrian traffic. I would be very interested in speaking with Highways to find out what they exactly mean by economics, other than the cost of being higher on Alternative 5 than 4. We understand that. It's a mile compared to it's roughly 6,000 feet for Alternative 5. Alternative 4 is a little over 1,000 feet. So obviously we know that the cost would be more. But they talk about pedestrian traffic. Curious to see how they based Alternative 4 as being less congestion going up on the ridge as opposed to Alternative 5. Maybe the Secretary can also answer those questions for us on Monday. How would it be, gentlemen, if we, from the County Commission, put a letter together so the mayor can present it to Secretary Maddox saying that we do oppose Alternative 4 and we stand behind the citizens and the council's decision of Alternative 5 here in Hancock County? I think being united in this deal would mean a whole lot more to the folks in Charleston. This is an issue that we know will not happen overnight. It won't happen this year, next year, and it may take 6 years for it to happen, or longer. But we need to put the plan in place that's going to be best for our area. And we all agree that it's alternate 5, and that's what we should stick to. So my motion is that the County Commission drafts a letter today supporting Mayor McNeil's plan to move forward with alternate route number 5.
we have an addendum motion in front of us. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Would anyone else like to address the commission today? If not, getting to the agenda. New business. County Commission, approval of Robert Campbell as a community at large representative to the BHJ.
So move with the statement.
Discussion?
Yeah, that just let the people know there's still one more position that needs to be filled. If there's anybody out there interested in it, this fills one of two.
And that's the only one we received, right, Mr.
Yes.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Item 2A2, approval of resolution recognizing and supporting the Business Development Corporation of the Northern Panhandle as the lead economic developer and approving a pledge of $30,000 towards a grant from the West Virginia Department Office. This is an LED grant, and we're the local LED. This is simply the resolution, gentlemen. We already paid the $30 for last year, and this is moving forward into the next fiscal year. And it is in your packet, and it's simply that's all this. We are going to pledge our support for the BDC.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. 3B, Office of Technology and Communications, requesting approval of the bid for an engineer architect for the replacement of incoming electrical equipment in the courthouse. Mr. V?
Yes, so the total power that comes into the courthouse comes in through the annex. It was installed when the annex was built. So for 50 years it has sat downstairs, and it's done a great job. It's 50 years old. It's starting to show rust and other signs of deterioration. There is modern equipment that is probably more trustworthy. We have also applied for and received a grant to help pay for this. So at this point in time, I would like to get an electrical engineer or an architect involved to start to plan out what we will need to replace and how it can be replaced without affecting the everyday operation of the courthouse.
Gentlemen, your pleasure.
Move to approve the request as presented.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Moving miscellaneous, exoneration orders. Had a chance to look at them.
I move to approve the exoneration orders, and basically what this is just some people's questions on tax issues that needed adjusted. No major changes.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. General county bills. Karen?
They are $44,723.90. P card payment was $5,544.84. Sorry, $5,544.84.
Is it a little higher than usually?
The P card, yes. Just a little slow on bills right now.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? Sorry. No questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Approval of animal shelter levy funds, bills, and requisitions.
They're okay to pay.
Move to approve.
Questions?
Question: do these bills come on a regular basis?
Typically, we receive 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Does that have any effect on their everyday operation?
Yes, it does. If they would turn them in on a monthly basis, they would receive their monies on a more regular basis. Because we do not reimburse until they're approved by the commission, so If they turn them in every 2 or 3 months, we're only paying them on a 2 or 3 month basis instead of monthly like they probably should.
If they turn them in the Friday after a meeting, then you got to add another 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
So what would our recommendation be, Ms. Karen?
They need to
When
come
would we,
at least once a month, twice a month, before the Friday before each meeting.
minimum once a month?
Minimum.
Or,
And we can provide them a calendar of when our meetings are and
Yes, we definitely.
big
can.
red X.
And anytime it changes, we'll post it on the website as well. But that's what-
I don't think we have a motion, do we, Counselor, to send them a letter just
Not for something simple like that.
Now, all bills, just to clarify, if the bills are submitted and reviewed and approved at the commission meeting, the check is dispersed the next day.
Yes.
So there's never a holdup on the part of the county commission that the animal shelter or any other organization isn't getting refunded or reimbursed their money.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the motion is to okay the bills. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Approval of fire allocation bills.
They're okay.
Move to approve.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Library levy funds bills approval.
They're okay as well.
Move to approve.
Debate. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Shelter workshop levy fund bills and requisitions. Okay as well.
Yes, sir.
That's good. You're doing a good job over there.
Move to approve. Okay.
Move to pay. And all these bills come in on a regular basis, am I correct?
Most of them, yes. We do have one library that tends to lag behind as well.
I didn't want to just single out one particular entity.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Elected officials. Anyone? Sure.
I have concerns with the Department of Highways and what they're suggesting, and I agree with the mayor that the other alternative is much better all the way around as far as my viewing it and safety and law enforcement. Getting back to that, just recently, as of yesterday, we had an accident, single wheel accident involving a tanker truck of how many gallons? 32,000 gallons of gasoline?
Diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel? It's flammable too.
Oh, yeah.
And it was north of, or just south of Newell. That was, I did not go to that scene, but that was also, that was driver error, single vehicle. I can't imagine what would happen if that same error would occur on Ridge. It really needs to be looked at hard, gentlemen. I commend you for joining the mayor's crusade, but it affects us all. I just wanted to lend my voice. Thank you.
Thank you. And the other thing, too, I don't know if you ever noticed it, have been people who watch has been in Cumberland, but the telephone poles are only about this far off the edge of the road. I'm surprised there hasn't been. Maybe there are. I don't know, Sheriff. Does anyone ever clip those poles? I mean, John, I don't understand. I'm surprised I haven't hit them. I've been here for 40-some years. You know, they're so close.
We have walkers. We have a group of walkers that go through town a lot every morning, back and forth, and they tell me they see them and they hear them. If they're walking away, they hear them pinging off.
Nick put
They see 'em.
telephone poles.
Today's vehicles are a little wider, and if you look at some of these trucks, especially in our area, and I'm talking about the regular pickup trucks, the larger pickup trucks, they're all equipped to pull horse trailers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and they have those extra wide mirrors. And they almost clip me. Their mirrors clip oncoming traffic, so it's yeah.
They do turn in, though.
Yeah, after they're hit.
Going down Station Hill. Okay, click that.
There was a report on the scanner just yesterday that 2 tankers, one going up, one going down Station Hill, one broke the mirror off the other one, and one filed a report and the other one skipped.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Assessor's office, anything today? No? A couple people, Lynn, Tracy, 911, anything?
I just have some stats from last year that I would like to make you aware of. Last year, the 911 center processed 100,017,313 telephone calls. That's calls that was coming in and calls that was being made out. The our CAD system, which records the radio traffic, we had 426,413 transmissions, radio transmissions on through that was recorded. The incidents that was taken through our CAD was 29,217, and of the phone calls that were received, 20,780 were 911 calls. Now, that's not saying that they were all emergencies, because we do get non-emergencies from the local area, and we do transfer them. So those over 20,000. And through the shifts, we are divided into 2 shifts from 6A to 6P, and then 6P to 6A. The amount of calls that was processed in the morning hours or the afternoon was 16,348, and in the evening hours was 12,869, which you would think typically that the evening hours would be more, but the morning hours were more. And we do now do our EMD, which is the medical dispatching. We had 3,582 ambulance calls that was created. And with that, an overall grading system is done. Len pulls queries every month, and we are an average of 92%, which is exceeds the 85% that is a standard. So just to let you know that we are very busy downstairs. So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And our editorial today, one of our editorials today, will be welcome news for all the hard work you've been doing. Emergency management, emergency services, anything today?
Nothing today, thank you.
Nothing today. Health department is represented?
Not today.
Not today. Mountaineer Park's in the back. They're trying to hide back there.
Not today.
Not today. I like it. Mr. Vitus? Not today?
Just one comment. If you haven't noticed, we are moving the magistrate's court today. Tomorrow will be their first day of court in their new location at 900 North Chester Street. Hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow, all the bugs will be worked out in the phone system, the security system, and everything else that we will be working on tomorrow.
Did they finally get power to the front door security?
That's going to be handled tomorrow
Before we open.
as soon as I get here.
Thank you.
And we'll have a grand opening
Sometime soon.
sooner than later.
I'd like to get all the kinks worked out and
Okay.
make sure that we have the place cleaned and ready for the public.
Good. I think everyone's excited about this. Mr. Foley.
Nothing else.
Nothing today. Nothing today. Commissioner Barnaby?
Yes?
Okay. The floor is yours.
No,
You
I just,
like it?
yeah, it's just one thing, you hear sometime in public that the commissioners aren't in, and granted, we're not here every day. I think in and out people are in, but the public needs to realize that on Thursdays we are here all day, and at any time you want to meet, all you need to do is call the secretary, set up a little framework, and that's what we did all morning, meet with people over little issues that they question. So I think maybe the people don't know that you can do that. And it's here and it's available, and you're more than welcome to use it.
I'll be up next Thursday.
Okay. Bring something to eat. Bring some wings.
And just to comment on that,
The wings?
thank you for bringing that. Thank you for bringing that. Communication is we get a lot of phone calls and we go out of our way to make sure we get those phone calls back in a timely manner. You know, so usually the new guy gets first shot at this.
I've only had one. I've only had one.
You're lucky.
Well,
1 and 2 weeks.
I take care of my constituents.
Wait till the honeymoon's
No,
over.
I mean, I'm fine with it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So, or that's what we're here for.
Great.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Good. Commissioner Davis, anything today?
In regards to the comment, Paige does a great job. She emails us constantly, and which is good. She emails us when a call comes in. She'll text us if she doesn't hear back, so we immediately respond to her if a constituent is called in and there's an issue. Bob Vitus keeps us abreast. The emails are endless that we get, so it's very easy for us to communicate with the public nowadays. Just a little plug for a local organization I'd like to give. On the 31st of January, which is a Saturday, the Weirton United Way is having their pre-Super Bowl party at the Serbian Center. It's a great time. I'd encourage anybody who's looking for a fun night to show up for the Super Bowl party. Trust me, you'll have a great time. So, and everything there will be inflated.
And it's very casual. Wear your favorite football team jersey, which I imagine 98% of them are Steeler jerseys,
Right.
even though they're not in it.
Right. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Just a couple things. One, I'd like to thank the mayor for coming today. Actually, I had this out. I was going to bring that up anyway, so that was a great segue into that. So I thank you for your concerns. Being commission president isn't really a big deal as far as workload goes. It does require an awful lot of reading and signing. I know I spent 45 minutes this morning just signing documents.
My name was right next to yours, so
I know.
I do the same amount of
All right, we'll give
signing,
you a
if
blood
not more.
But then that's all you had to sign. I had to continue signing other documents, which I would like to share one with you now. We signed a contract today, and it was an agreement. It was with us and Colliani Construction.
Very good.
And we signed the papers to build a new 911/emergency service building. It's official now. And actually, the address, I didn't know until today, the address is 82 Emergency Drive, New Cumberland. It's right across from the VOTEC, right across from the State Police at Crestview Park. Crestview Park will not be destroyed, as many New Cumberland people have questioned me on. It will be temporarily out of service for a while the construction's going on. We're not going to tear down the overlook. We're not going to tear down the trails. This 911 is going to be tucked in the right-hand side as you look at it. So this will be taking place starting today. The ball is starting to roll downhill. Steve's looking at me, and he's probably going to ask me at the end how much it costs. It's a little over $3.5 million, $3,773,000 to be exact. The target date, we asked the construction firm today. Again, I asked them what would be the target date, and they're almost guaranteeing us it will be January 1st of next year. So within the year, we should have a new home for all of you, which was part of our fiscal plan, which I talked about last week. And again, of course, today was different because parking is at a premium. And we had the trucks here for the magistrate move, but again, it's riding around, and then you end up parking at the library. So that's all going to change in a hurry. So real excited about today signing that document and looking forward to this 911 and emergency service. It's going to be a great building, great asset. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen?
Question, talking about the magistrate building. Bob, the old magistrate building, we receive any bids for demo?
Yes, we received 2 bids. Probably should have had these on there today as to accept the low bid. The low bid is for, I believe, $7,148. The low bid. There were 2 bids that we got. 7148 as from Reclaim Company. What we also have is the asbestos abatement to do first. I've asked that company to start roughly the 15th of February. We're going to take the next 2 weeks and go through the magistrate's building to reclaim anything that we can further use, either at the magistrate's court or somewhere else, and then 2 weeks to abate, and then start the demolition hopefully on or around March 1st. Be finished with that at the end of the month, and hopefully be paving that area and the area alongside the magistrate's court roughly the 1st of April.
Good. What's the cost of removing the asbestos?
$4,740.
So we're $12,000 in complete demo.
Yep.
Good. Great. Thanks, Bob.
Anything else? Last call. Next meeting would be Thursday, February the 5th at 2:30.